Greetings, animation enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. Today, we delve into one of animation's most controversial urban legends, the purportedly banned DuckTales episode titled The Golden Quagmire. This episode was allegedly produced in the late 1980s, but never aired due to its surprisingly mature themes involving financial misdeeds. While Disney vehemently denies its existence, underground animation circles have long whispered about this lost piece of animation history. According to animation industry insiders, the episode opened with an unusual scene: Scrooge McDuck swimming in his money bin at night, illuminated only by moonlight. The typically jubilant swimming sequence had an ominous undertone, with Scrooge appearing unusually concerned as he counted gold coins that seemed slightly off in color and weight. The animation reportedly utilized darker color palettes than the show's typical vibrant style, creating an atmosphere more reminiscent of noir films than Saturday morning cartoons. The plot allegedly centered around an investigation by international financial authorities into mysterious gold movements across global markets. Unbeknownst to the public, Scrooge had established an elaborate network of shell companies spanning from St. Canard to the fictional island of Bermuda Duck, a thinly veiled reference to the real-world tax haven. Through these entities, massive quantities of gold were being shuffled between McDuck Enterprises' legitimate mining operations and various international buyers with questionable backgrounds. The episode's most controversial segment purportedly featured Scrooge in his office late at night, examining magical artifacts acquired from Magica De Spell through a complex barter arrangement. These mystical items supposedly allowed him to transmute ordinary metals into gold temporarily, just long enough to pass inspection by financial regulators before reverting to their true form. This plot point represented a significant departure from Scrooge's typically ethical character, showing him using supernatural means to deceive authorities. Flintheart Glomgold, Scrooge's longtime rival, was allegedly portrayed not as an adversary, but as a co-conspirator in this episode. Animation cells reportedly showed clandestine midnight meetings between the two duck billionaires aboard Glomgold's yacht in international waters, where they exchanged briefcases and coordinated their financial maneuvers to manipulate global gold prices. Their partnership was depicted as grudging but profitable, with both ducks putting aside their rivalry for the sake of enormous financial gain. The episode supposedly took a darker turn when Huey, Dewey, and Louie accidentally discovered financial ledgers hidden in Scrooge's study. The animation allegedly showed their expressions transform from curiosity to confusion to horror as they gradually understood the implications of what they were reading. Unlike the typical DuckTales adventure where the nephews would become involved in solving the mystery, this episode supposedly showed Scrooge taking extraordinary measures to keep them in the dark, even sending them to a lengthy summer camp to prevent them from interfering with his operations. According to animation lore, the episode featured a particularly tense sequence where Scrooge narrowly avoided detection during a surprise audit of his money bin. With the help of Gyro Gearloose, he allegedly deployed advanced holographic technology to conceal certain sections of his vault and used time manipulation devices to temporarily transport questionable assets to another dimension during the inspection. The animation reportedly showcased some of the most advanced technical work of the series, with elaborate sequences showing the inner workings of Gyro's fantastical machines. The climax of the episode supposedly featured an international summit of financial regulators in Duckburg, with mounting evidence pointing toward McDuck Enterprises. Animation cells allegedly showed Scrooge sweating profusely during questioning, with flashbacks revealing the full extent of his global operation. from enchanted gold mines in the African jungle to underwater vaults in the Mariana Trench, all connected through an intricate web of paperwork and magical transportation. In the episode's most controversial moment, Scrooge supposedly used his vast wealth and influence to pressure government officials and ultimately escape legal consequences. Rather than learning a moral lesson, as was standard in children's animation of the era, Scrooge allegedly emerged victorious through morally questionable means, preserving both his fortune and his public reputation, while making a secret deal to share profits with regulatory authorities. The purported final scene showed Scrooge alone in his money bin, contemplating a gold coin with an expression that animation aficionados have described as a complex mixture of triumph, guilt, and resignation. As he tossed the coin into the pile and it disappeared among countless others, the screen allegedly faded to black without the typical upbeat conclusion or moral lesson. Animation historians who claim to have seen storyboards suggest the episode was nearly complete when Disney executives reviewed it and immediately ordered all materials destroyed. The episode's themes of financial corruption, regulatory capture, and the moral compromises of capitalism were deemed wildly inappropriate for the target audience and potentially damaging to the Scrooge McDuck character, who was supposed to embody the positive aspects of business acumen and wealth accumulation. While no confirmed footage has ever surfaced, rumors persist that a handful of animation cells and storyboard segments survived in private collections. Disney has consistently dismissed the episode as fiction, and no credible evidence has emerged to confirm its existence. Nevertheless, the Golden Quagmire remains one of animation's most enduring urban legends, a tantalizing glimpse into an alternate, more cynical version of Duckburg, where even its most prominent citizen wasn't above bending rules in pursuit of ever greater wealth. Whether fact or fiction, the alleged episode represents a fascinating what-if scenario that continues to intrigue fans of animation history and conspiracy theories alike.